you'll laugh, but if I were ever going to give everybody, if I were going to say anything
Yeah.
for everybody and paint with that broad a brush, I would honestly have to say it'd be get out of your own way and get out of God's way and stop thinking you have any idea what's going to happen in your life. If anybody in the room is a lawyer, I don't mean to offend anybody, okay? But you'll know why in a minute, okay? I wanted to be a lawyer, okay? Because little idealistic person that I am, I thought I could put away the bad guys and protect people and help them and, you know? Do you hear God laughing? Okay. So, thankfully, God had another plan for me and saved me from myself and gave me just this extraordinary gift. And I grew up in a family where this was so normal. I was the weirdo. I thought I was the one that wasn't psychic because I thought, I mean, I knew what psychics were. My mother was very intuitive. My sister read cards. My mother's two best friends were both readers. My aunt was a reader for over 50 years and opened the first metaphysical center on 39th and Western in Los Angeles. She used to do what I jokingly say Karnak, the billets, the Johnny Carson character, okay, where he holds something up to his turban. Only she didn't wear a turban. And she was a character, my Aunt Dorothy. She had a bulldog named Lady, chain smoked Pall Malls, had a voice like this, okay? But she was hilarious, okay? And she opened the first metaphysical center in Los Angeles where people would come and they'd write a note and fold it and stick it in a little envelope and throw it in a basket with somebody that walked up and down the aisles, okay? And she would just pick up the envelope and not a clue who the people are, do you understand me? And pick it up, and she was this little, round, more than lean, okay, character, okay, with a bulldog named Lady, does that tell you? That barked at anything that wore a uniform that walked past the door. God help the mailman every day. Okay, or the UPS guy, or anybody, okay? And she did that until she died. The day she died, she was a reader for 50-something years. So I thought I knew what a psychic was. I thought I knew what psychics were. I was not psychic, okay? At least the translation in my mind. Because they all used cards or billets, which are the folded little pieces of paper in an envelope. They all used something. Mine, I just would open my mouth and it would fall out. And to me, I was just the weird kid that knew stuff. So, if anything, it's like there's a plan for every single one of us, and God gives every one of us gifts. We just have to get out of our own way thinking we know what we want and what we're supposed to be doing and controlling the universe. And let it manifest in your life. I mean, if I hadn't done that and I'd have become an attorney, I'd probably long been dead. I'd have stuck my head in the oven. I don't know what I'd have done with myself. When I saw Injustice for All, I knew that's what would have happened to me. I'd have flipped out in the courtroom. So, get out of your own way. Because we control so little in our lives, and when we get out of the way, it's always so much better than we think it would, ever thought it could have been. Isn't that the truth? And so, anybody ever hear the Garth Brooks song, Unanswered Prayers? Mm-hmm. Anybody know this song? Mm-hmm. Anybody that doesn't needs to go look it up, download it, because boy, if that is not the story of real life. If we think about what we thought we wanted when we were 20, excuse any of you that aren't 20 yet, but oh my God, Karen. Hi, sweetheart. any of us there, ask her. She knows me a long time. Any of, I mean, at 20 we think we know what we want. Trust me. I listened to that Garth Brooks song and I thank God for unanswered prayers. And he always knows, or she always knows better than we do. So get out of the way.
Do you see angels or?
I don't do that, and it's funny because I've taught courses on angels. But that's not really my specialty. My business specialty, my business card, as you'll see on the table back there, says psychic counseling. Because it covers everything. I've been in business meetings, and I'm always introduced as their colleague. And aside from these little puppies, okay, I could almost pass as normal. There's that word again. And this is the last thing, if you met me, isn't it the last thing you'd think I did? If I said to you, what do you think I do? Would the word psychic come to mind immediately? Of course, forget we're sitting in a metaphysical bookstore, okay? And forget that this says stories from a psychic's life, okay? But it's the last thing. I've never had one person ever say to me, I'll bet you're a psychic. So, I'm so happy God unplanned my life. Anybody else?